Good morning. Good morning. Back at it again, looking at the markets. Yesterday, I didn't take any trades, but I got tempted so hard on Grom. But the thing is, it did break one of my rules, and I'm really trying to stick to just being as steadfast as possible on the rules. Let's look at Grom real quick. So there were two. Actually, let's go to Street Smart. So there were two tickers going up yesterday. BIAF was absolutely exploding yesterday, and it took all of the morning time attention away from Grom. And I just was like, you know what? I think that this thing is too much competition for Grom. And so if you look at the times where this thing was ripping and it was holding up, and then we go over here to Grom real quick. Grom was at every time it tried to come up, it was failing. It just was not enough volume there. But if we look at this time, what's this time? This hour candle is 2:30, and we go over here and look at BIAF at 2:30. As BIAF was falling, Grom started to come up. Now, Grom to me had the best news. It was a psychological play there on the children's entertainment network, and I was like, man, that's got the. I think people would actually play on that, but the problem was the competition on the day. Every time it tried to reverse, it would have stopped me out definitely, and I just watched it and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna hold back. I want to see what BIAF was going to do, and both of them ended up gapping down today, and the SPY ended up coming down as well. It's been up and around the 400 level, and now it's kind of down. So yeah, those are the ones I'm watching too, Donnell. SOA, INPX, and FWBI are definitely some low flow movers. Getting a pretty good amount of volume, except for FWBI. Let's actually look at some of this news. So FWBI up 34%, 2 million shares traded, and ATNF is working its way up as well. ATNF, we'll see how that one challenges. I'll stick that one out here just to have it out here to watch how the volume plays out on it. And but yeah, let's look at this news. So ATNF, 180 Life Sciences announces publication of a review on the treatments of early stage Dupuytren's disease. Wow, I hope I didn't slaughter that name. I probably did, but that's just a publication of a review. Not too hot. FWBI First Wave Biopharm announces expansion of a adrulipase intellectual property portfolio. Okay, let's see what this news is talking about. Are they talking numbers or are they just thinking about it? Let's see. Expansion. So they're in the phase 2 clinical trial evaluation and enhanced enteric microgranule delivery formulation. All right, where are the numbers? 40 capsules per day. Okay. There's got to be something better than this. Okay, so FWBI might have to get some more news. I'll come back and look at it. What was the other one? INPX. INPX Wise Health shares trading higher. Okay, not a lot of news there. Okay, SNOA, Sonoma Pharmaceuticals, and EMC Pharma announced Department of Defense DAPA registration for micro. So it's a lot of pharmaceuticals today. A lot. So we'll see how all of that goes. GNS is finally red on the day. This thing kind of found a little trading range. It looks like it's making lower highs. Got up there to the 632s, then found some resistance here at 550s, then more resistance around the 475. So I think GNS is Not going to survive today. Remove that one. BXRX was another one that was, I kind of figured this one wasn't going to get bought up the other day, especially with Grom and the other one in competition. BXRX continued the failure. So this is going to be my watch list for today. And we'll see who wins. Leading volume mover SNOA has a top up here. Actually, let me take these percentages off. It's making me dizzy. Percentages. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got a top here of the 234s as some type of resistance. And we see the wicks got up here to almost 250, not exactly 250 and 240. So there's a little bit of resistance. This one is going back towards the $2 level, so it may fall through. I'll be very careful of that, especially with it being biopharmaceutical. IMPX, let's see what we're looking like here. Looks like we bunched up here to the 225s area as a high and almost retested. Stonks, what's up? Hey family, glad to see you have internet. We yeah, yesterday I don't know what it was like some new type of wind came through. What's up, VPG? Some new type of wind came through. We had storms all day long. I was losing internet in and out, but it's all good, you know. It's whatever. Not like I needed to work or anything, right? FWBI. See, we had a high up here of 625, the 625 area. And right now I'm just doing the highs, and we'll see about this support in just a minute. So it almost got to $7 up there. Then the last one was ATNF. What is it looking like? Got up there to the 430s. We'll just call it 425 area. All right. And let's see. So yeah, SNOA already going down to $2. Already headed down. Previous supports though, let me look on the daily chart for this one. Well, the supports are so far away it doesn't even, you can't even really draw it in there, can you? Back here 140, and now it's up at 206. Has been downtrending for a while, but I don't know if today's news will be the thing that breaks the back of the camel. All of these kind of are showing some strong downtrends and just popped up today. A lot of these pharmaceutical companies on weak news. FWBI has a top here of the $9. But I don't know if it can get up there. So right now it's at 615. It may give the most range on today, but definitely not having the most volume as of yet. It is a super low float though. Actually, let me look into some of these floats. Okay. So the first one is SNOA. SNOA with a float of 3.09 million in the float. Shares outstanding 3.11 million. So about the same outstanding and the float. Very low though. INPX. Wait, is this the same one? Oh, this is, it just looks so similar. Okay. Well, the float is 3.09 with the shares outstanding of 3.24. Okay. It looks so similar there. FWBI. Float of under a million. And shares outstanding under a million. And then ATNF. Float of 1.33 million. Okay. That is enough of that. And SNOA. SNOA does not look like it has any shelf registrations. IMPX. No shelf registrations. FWBI. Shelf registration back in December. ATNF. Shelf registration back in, what is that, June or sometime last year. 060322. Okay. Now, what is shortable? And I was reading a couple of places where they were talking about illegal shorting going on. We'll see how that plays out. I don't know how big that is. I guess the investigations have to come through to see where that shorting or how that illegal shorting is affecting the small caps. Seems like it's only in the small caps. It may be everywhere. I don't know. Let me see if these are shortable. I'm pretty sure they are. SNOA. Yep, that's shortable. INPX. Definitely shortable. FWBI. So yeah, all of these are shortable looking like. ATNF is optionable and shortable. All right, so let's hop back over into here. And SNOA already struggling to hold that too. INPX struggling to hold that too. FWBI is probably going to be the one that gives the biggest range. FWBI already back up to the top here, pushing through. So I think FWBI might be that one, you know, that can give the range. We'll watch and see though. And yeah, it's looking interesting getting up here to the $7 already on FWBI. Appreciate that. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button if you're not subscribed yet, but you enjoy market analysis, stock market content, because I'm pretty much in the stock market. I may pull up a crypto chart sometimes, but pretty much in the stock market. If you're into that, definitely think about subscribing. But yeah, you said your VPG said he's watching IMPX. Let's see. Maybe I'll buy a 189 on IMPX. Well, and this is one of the things. Let me pull up. I forgot to go look over my rules real quick. So let's see. In IMPX, and you know it's a pretty cheap one. We'll see how it gets manipulated today as well. But let's see. I gotta look over these before I end up FOMOing or whatever. So let's see. Uh, what is the average range of the stock? And the stock that I'm really interested in is FWBI here. Getting up there to 7. A nice little dip on that one could feed very well. Is it a top 10 mover? Yes, FWBI is a top 10 mover. Is it a low float? Yes. 3 something million in the float. Does it have a catalyst? It has a little bit, but sometimes, like on a day like this, when all of them have weak catalysts, it really doesn't really matter. What is the competition on the day? Well, we got SNOA, INPX, ATNF, and these other two. These are just from yesterday. I probably end up deleting those two, but these 4 are the competition for each other. Let's see. What's the next question? What is the high of day and has it been retested? Well, right now FWBI is getting up there to $7, first time breaking these new highs. So we'll see if it can have a whoops. It can have a nice little flush, give us a nice low entry. Where'd that go? Okay. Let me squeeze this down a little bit. Okay. What are the levels of support for this stock? We have not looked into levels of support yet. We just did the resistance. If a trader was to open up their scanners right now, would this ticker be something that sticks out? Yes, FWBI would probably stick out, being up 50 something percent, and can give a decent range on its movements. Are shorts strongly winning during the intraday? We don't know. We'll come into the open in about 12 minutes. We already did that one. Is the retracement worth the risk on this one? And I think on FWBI, with the range that it's showing, maybe you can get 10, 20, 30 cents off this one. It moved from what, 545 all the way up to 7. So that's that big range we're looking for. Anyway, it just needs to get fed volume, maybe in a dip. The last one is, are there any large areas of interest on the level 2? We'll have to look at that. I haven't looked at that yet. Boundaries and notes to consider. Please follow your rules. That's number one. Follow your rules. Follow your rules. Get in my head. Follow my rules. And if you have your own rules, say it with me. Follow our rules. The next one, prices $2 and up give the best results for my strategy. Anything under $2, I just kind of leave it, let it die, leave it in the wind. My strategy does fail about 80% of the time under $2. It just doesn't work. Don't get the range. I may get 2 cents in my favor and then a drop. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that. Not with the size that I'm taking. Always consider shares outstanding when considering floats. Never trade a stock with low relative volume, but has big range. The spreads and the liquidity make it hard to enter and exit positions properly. If there's too much commotion in the market, which there was yesterday for the stock that I like, which was Grom, just kind of let it choose a direction, kind of sit back, and that's what I did on Grom. Both of the times that I would have entered, they were fake outs. It looked good, looked like it was going to be a pivot area, drop. But it was because of the competition on the day, which is back here, this question: what is the competition on the day? The next one, if a stock is indecisive, it doesn't know if it wants to go up or down, it's always pulling back into a tight little range, being manipulated, I just sit back on those. Those burn my mental equity very quickly. And then we'll get to post-trade questions, if any come. Even if I don't take a trade, if I'm interested in taking a trade and I don't take a trade, I want to think about why I didn't take that trade. Like yesterday on Grom. Yes, Grom gave a nice move out of here, out of this dip, but the first 2 times that it tried to reverse, it failed. And I saw it come up and I was like, man, this thing's got too much competition. It failed there, and it still had a lot of competition into this area down here. It did have a quite bit of a pop, and I was watching it here, but I was still watching BIFA up 130 something percent. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And it dropped down again. So it had a lot of fakes before it went, and I don't like all that, you know. But we'll see about today. I'll go ahead and get rid of these two. BIF. And we'll watch these two. SNOA popped off the $2 there. We'll see still red on the hour chart. IMPX still red on the hour chart. And FWBI still playing under the 7s. So we'll see. ATNF had a big, came down quite a bit from that 430 down to the 380s. Only up 20% now. And so this goes back to that question for ATNF. Is this something that if someone opened up their scanners, they would see? Well, I think they would see SNOA and FWBI before they see this ATNF. So I'm focused on the things that they would see right off. You know, trade the fire. Where's the fire? Let me read some of these comments here. Stunk says she's driving through the canyons of Texas. They hit me. They hit me first and then came for you. I lost an entire day of drive time. Oh my goodness. Well, maybe the stop on the side of the road was gave you some nice sleep or something. VPG, let's see if it dropped in the first 30 minutes. VPG, oh yeah. Hey, I'm shorting stocks. Ah, I got you. 5 to 10% profit is Gucci. Exactly. We don't need everything. We just need our piece of the cake or the pie. But yeah, the SPY did take a nice little dip from the 400, the $4 drop there after a kind of a bullish week. It was like a bullish week last week for the SPY and the week before. So we'll see where this thing wants to dip down to. And probably the larger cap stocks will also be coming down a little bit today as well. Let me jump over here to the scans and see what's out here on the top volume movers under our penny stocks up here. So we got Tesla still above the 140s. Amazon looks like it has a little top or it found a little resistance under the $100. Bed Bath and Beyond has still been making its way down in a downtrend. Shopify, big drop from 50 down to 42. So it was gapping up at one point, gapping from 40s up here to 42s, up here to 50s, but big drop off on that one. And AT&T looking real weird out there. Look at that. What in the world? Drop down. Bottom wick at 15.13. Top wick is at 12.80. I mean, not 12, 22.84. Very wide range daily chart there. I don't know how accurate that is. Let me go and look on Street Smart and see if it's showing the same thing. Yes, it is showing the same thing on Street Smart Edge. Big wide range. I don't know, man. That look like it hurt. I don't know which way it went first. Anyway, get rid of that. We got about 7 minutes to the bell. FWBI holding above the $7. Biggest range on day. INPX breaking down the two there. I think it's got too much competition on it from FWBI right now. Especially if FWBI starts to get more volume. FWBI is behind maybe 6 million shares there, but I think the eyes will be attracted to this move here. But we will see. Anything else y'all are seeing from yesterday or previous plays that y'all are seeing to the long side or short side? Doesn't really matter. Either way, IMPX is definitely looking like a better short for today. Oh, supports is what I need to look for real quick. So do we have any big sizes sitting out here already? Not really. Not close on the bid. No big size. Maybe we'll have to wait till they come in. Maybe more volume. Let's see on SNOA. Big sizes, 196. All right, but this is a cheaper stock, so we want to look for like 20,000. 20,000 to 40,000 on the bids. This one's 17,000 at 185 on SNOA. And then a 66. Now that is an area of interest. 175, 66,000 shares there. I'm going to take note of that. Where's my notepad? Add note 66,000 at the 175s. On SNOA on the up, I should have put bid. On the bid. And let's look to the ask. We see 18,000 there at the 220s. Nothing like that 175 over here though. So I'll just keep the 175 in mind. IMPX, we got 191 with 48,000 shares there. It is a cheaper stock, so yeah, 40,000 shares should be doable for it. At 191, that's an odd number too. 191. 191 for 47,000 shares on the bid. And let's see, FWBI getting on up there as well. But those sizes, look how small these sizes are on the books. I need to see some areas of interest. I'm not seeing it yet on that one. And ATNF, nothing much. ATNF down now 16%. I don't think it's going to be in the competition for the day in with these other ones. Let's see. Got about 3 minutes to the bell. We got our top watches. We have seen ATNF fail or fade off with less volume. Top watch for me is FWBI. And then behind it, I don't really know. I don't know if I trust either one of these two because they're really not following my rules. They're way too close to dumping. $175 has changed on the books now just that quickly down to 20. It was 66K right there at 175. We'll see this open though coming in just a minute. Getting on down there under the $2. Both of them, SNOA and IMPX. And we see a 10,000 share position over here. There's a couple at the 5, but that's all the way back down here. That's a long drop back to 5. I remember me and Donnell, we were talking yesterday. I was like, man, all the noise that we saw yesterday, I don't know if today's gonna be the day. I don't know what's gonna happen today. So I think that it's gonna be a slower Wednesday, but we'll see. Even with FWB being up so much, it just doesn't have the catalyst to hold it. So we'll see. Had a top here of the 719s, 720s. There's 725s getting tapped there. A lot of manipulation going on at the top here on FWBI. Very nice range. I mean, you can get 10, 20 cents to the short or long side. So we'll see. Look at SNOA and IMPX barely moving 2-3 cents. And this freaking FWBI moving, what, 10, 20 cents back and forth? That's what we're looking for, is the range. Range, baby. And looking on the daily chart out here, the next level of resistance that I see for it up here is 917. That's the next resistance on the daily chart. or maybe it'll be the body of this candle, maybe 814. So anywhere from 814 to 917, maybe, but I don't know if the catalyst will push it up there. We'll see on a little pull down. All right, SNOA trying its best to hold above $2, only 6 cents above it. We're getting another little top. The $7 area is looking like a little bit of resistance for it. We'll see if it continues to hold it down. There it goes. Look at how much those shorts are getting there. That's a nice, that's what, nice 20-25 cent drop right there. Nice indecisive candle here. Doesn't know which way it wants to go. All right, let's look at the sizes here. There's a 10,000 share. Oh, back at the $5 again. Too far down. All right, so SNOA getting under $2 now. A lot of manipulation on FWBI. It's the only one that's holding green though. Next resistance is 814. 740s, 750s. So it threw another high wick up there to the right at the 750. Okay, so it did form a nice little level of resistance there. Playing around that 7 a lot. And yes, this is a high risk, high reward type deal because you can see the snapback. This thing snapped back. If you bought this high, if you bought this breakout here of 719, yes, you would have made what, 20 cents of profit, but you would have needed to sell because look at the range on this thing. High risk, high reward. 50-cent drop there. So now we have a new high there, and I will see if these start to become resistance here. These this wick, 724s, the body of that candle, and maybe even the tops of these wicks. SNOA back over the $2 level. Barely holding, very small range. I don't like this range. 5-6 cents at best at the open. That's horrible. All that volume, barely moving it. So for the hour chart, this one is having indecision to the low side of the candle. It keeps looking like it's going to have momentum to the downside and the upside. And this is one of those where in my rules, you know, we were reading the rules at first. I said, okay, well, what if a stock is indecisive where it begins to fall and then it snaps back, or it begins to rip and it snaps back in the other direction? Well, this is a perfect example of this. Just let it do its thing. You don't want to get hurt in this thing unless you really fast, you know, take 10-20 cents real quick and be out. But right now it's decision making time. All right, SNOA. Still not looking the greatest. INPX dumping down towards the 183, 180s, looking like 14 million shares. SNOA getting on up there. Has a top up here of the 250s. I don't know if it'll be able to create a higher high on this candle. Not with the way it's moving. Okay, let's see. FWBI still playing around. 50-cent drop from $7. SNOA up to the 225s. Up 11%. So it's one of the few that is actually green on the day. Up 9% since the open. The SPY continuing down as well from the, it was at the 96, I believe, down to 95.80s. We'll see if it continues to work its way down. But SNOA making those lower highs per hour. $650 looking like it's about to get pressed. The body of this previous range was 625s. We'll see if it breaks down to 625s as well. Nothing really making a decision with conviction here. 225 is becoming a problem, so that's our next level of resistance on SNOA. 225 our issue for it. Okay. Previous bottom was a 186. This is what I'm saying, man. When they're close to $2, they go, when they get going down, the shorts just do not give them a break. They just go and go and go down, man. FWBI breaking down to 650s. Looking like it wants to re-enter this previous level. 625s coming up here at $quarter level. We'll see how easily it breaks through that. And now the one that if people were opening up their scanners right now, what would be the one that they would see is probably SNOA. 74% up. It's green on the day. You know, it's got a couple of variables going with it. Let me jump over here to the scans real quick. SNOA, Tesla working its way down. Very small red on the day. Or AT&T, Amazon. See, some of these larger caps are getting more action. They're coming on up the scans, knocking those low floats down. SNOA struggling under the 225s. Top mover on the day. Just not getting any love through that 25. ATNF pretty much just gave up. Yeah, I think SNOA is going to be the leader here. That 175 was where we saw that 66K, 66,000 shares. Did not get all the way down. It got to what, 187. So still got some testing down to do. Because the market wants to go to where the shares can get filled, right? If there's a huge share size down there that we observed earlier, it's going to want to go down there and get that money in the market. Let's actually scroll down and see what's down there at 175 right now. 175. It's a couple of 10,000s, but definitely not that 66 that we saw earlier. INPX pulling up off of this 183, coming back up to $2. Will it pull a green to red move or red to green move? Is the question. A lot of buying pressure back into this previous indecision here. We saw indecision at the 94, 98s before on INPX. SNOA about to break down to $2 and go red on the day. FWBI still testing above the 625 area of this previous resistance, but this is still the hour candle, so it could go even further down. When hours red, I just think in my head the shorts are winning. Let them win. Let it close. If it can close above this level, maybe it'll give a little bounce, but yeah, I would definitely be careful with it being red and trying to buy any kind of dips. And now with SNOA, of course, we know how the retail thinks. It's like, okay, it's under VWAP. We're going to stop buying it. And so it's going to lose some buyers here. We want to see if this thing can come on down and squeeze out any of the buyers that are just holding the bag. So there's a $2 clip right there. We'll see if it can get back and hold under the 195s here. Making that lower high on the hour chart as well. INPX pulling a red to green move slightly with 10 cents of risk here. So 199 down to the 183. You'll want it to hold over this 183 and see if it can get going upward. It's up 29% with that low already made there on the hour chart and green on the hour chart. It is now green on the day. Its direct competition is SNOA now. So these two going at it. FWBI continued down to the 625s. Once again, just struggling down there. Red on the day. And these two diddling. Donnell says he entered SNOA 219 exit 204 cut loss, too much chop. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably because people don't know which way this thing wants to go on SNOA. Doesn't want to break, but INPX. I don't know. These things are going back and forth. Let me see if any real size came in on FWBI. Only 10 million shares traded. Okay. Competition has 33 times the volume of FWBI. INPX. There it is. That $2 break. Look how it's snapping back though. That's what I don't like to see. That's what we call chop. Like Donnell was saying, that's chop. When it's looking like it's gonna break out and it just chops down hard. It's like, bro, stop playing. But that's one of the things that you can't really observe until you're in it. You're in it and then it chops you down. But at this point, the low was the 183. I guess your stop loss at this point would be under $2. If it goes down under $2, you just be out. And the way it's looking, it continues to make these lower highs, looking like it wants to get on down. So let me put some resistance out here. We got resistance at the 216. Came up here to the body of this previous candle, which was the 212s. Man, that's a weird number to get stopped at. Very flat movement there. Oh my goodness. Okay, a little pop there through the body of that candle testing. Can it hold the 212s here? 211, 212s. Yeah, it's holding. We'll see. It's doing a lot of snapping. Yeah, very untrustworthy. But it is the biggest green on the day. Yeah, this is a chopper. And the range, look at the range though. The opening candle, or this biggest candle in pre-market, was 222 down to $2. So 22 cents is the best that you can. Maybe 30 cents is the best. So if you say, okay, if 30 cents is the best and I want 10% of the best move, that's not too good. If you're looking over here at FWBI, and we seen what in pre-market, this thing went from 452 up to what, 688. 10% of that move is significantly higher than SNOA. You know what I mean? So that goes back to the rules that I was reading out earlier. Let's see, where is it? Is the retracement worth the risk? Right? You want to get that big range so you can take your percentage is a lot larger in that big range. SNOA slipping down red on the day. IN PX also getting punished. And this is why I try to stay away from these types. Try to focus in on those with the big range like FWBI. Coming down here, bouncing on the 625s again. Still got about 10 minutes to the close of the 30-minute candle. About an hour and 10 or 40 minutes until the close of the hour candle. So still got some analysis to do. So yeah, they've actually, if I look over here on the scans, Tesla, AT&T, and Amazon, they're pushing these out of the way. SNOA is the last hurdle, the last low float hurdle for these larger cap stocks. So a lot of competition on the board coming and catching up with them. IMPX just a chop factory. Can we see this thing get down below 625s? Only moving a cent now, cent or two at a time now, losing that volume. Initial candle on the 15-minute was 14 million shares traded in that first minute, and now it's got 2 million. So that is a lot of shares in an indecisive move. And let's look at this one. INPX first candle had 4 million shares, so way lower than SNOA. 4 million shares, and now this secondary candle has 3 million. So not really that much of a drop off. This one just didn't have much volume at all. Anyway. FWBI again testing the 625s, looking like it wants to come down some more. Now, to be honest, FWBI is the one that I would be looking for to retrace maybe like 10-20 cents. That's the one that I'll be watching. So I just continue watching. Of course, I'm gonna be leaving in a little bit. Probably won't get to trade it, but I think that's the one that's gonna give the range if any of them do. Um, I don't think any of these other low floats are going to give you the range that we're looking for, that upside movement. Yep, look at how big that range is. Look at this first hour candle from 750 to what? $6. That's a $1.50 move. So a 10% move on that is what? If we we got $1.50. And we say, okay, what's a 10% move on $1.50? That's 15 cents. 10% move on $1.50 range. That's pretty good. Okay. Now if you're looking for 15 cents, let's see, $1.50 times what? 15%. 22-cent move. So it's proven that it can definitely do 22 cents. It can definitely do the 10 to 15% is pretty good on your initial investment, right? Of the entire move. Is the retracement worth it? And the only other thing is, okay, well, if this thing has what, 11 million shares right now, and we can see the top movers like SNOA and Tesla have what, almost double the volume. Well, we just need to see FWBI come back up the list, really. I mean, it's just falling. Everything's catching. Soon Apple will be above it. Soon Bed Bath and Beyond will be above it. So I'm looking at more and more competition coming in on the larger cap side. So I'm like, okay, well, yes, it can do this range. And yes, it meets a lot of the criteria, but what about the competition on the day? Is it going to be too much competition for it to give us that reversal pop? And I guess you could just size down your expectations. Instead of going for 10% on the move, you just go for 5%. 5% on a $1.50 move, right? Which is 5% on a $1.50 move is what? 7 cents. So if you take what, 1,000 shares, that's $70 for a nice little 7-cent move if you can get that. Right now it says 624. Still heading down 40%. SNOA still struggling. So all right, well, I have about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the outro and everything. I've seen what I need to see. FWBI would be in the realm of what I'm looking for if it wasn't so much competition. We'll see. It is a hump day, so you never know. News may drop, whatever. Some people may just be waiting around. I don't know. But if you're going to continue trading, please be careful. If you're shorting today, enjoy your profits, because for some reason it seems that everything wants to kind of come down a little bit. We'll see how FWBI does. I don't even know if I'm gonna get to trade it. It just depends on when I finish what I got to do today. But we'll see. It is dipping. Shorts are winning. The only thing is the competition. So what's the average range? We know it's about $1.50. It is still a top 10 volume mover. It's a low float. It had a weak catalyst. And yeah, it just got me thinking, like, wow, that's, I don't know. But anyway, you guys be careful, be safe out here in these markets on the hump day. If you oh, the Discord, I forgot about the Discord. Get Discord up. If we're gonna continue the conversation, I'll definitely be in the Discord. I probably won't be in front of the charts because I gotta leave and drive and go and do things. But I definitely answer RexCon. Oh, I see RexCon in the Discord. He said, where can I find? I need to post these freaking rules in the Discord. And I'll post them I'll post them in the Discord as well, so y'all have a copy. But I mean, I literally just have been looking at my statistics and just building that rule set off of the statistics, basically. Let's go ahead and invite. Okay, so here's the Discord, and I will drop those rules in the Discord as well. I see you, Tom Connors. I'm gonna get that in there real quick. Can I attach a actual file in here or what? Let's see. Create and upload a file. Yes, that's what I want to do. Upload a file. Now those are Google. That's a Google Doc. I'm gonna make a Word document of that because it's a Google Doc. The reason I have it as a Google Doc is because sometimes I'm on different computers trading, and so I just update it on the Google Doc and it changes it everywhere. But let me I'll give y'all a local copy of that because it's probably gonna stay the same for a while anyway. Download this thing. Okay. Okay, so it is in the Discord now. In the Discord now. Yeah. So yeah, that is it for me today. I gotta get going, gotta get on the phone, call the freaking driver and get a moving team and do a lot. Gotta move some networking equipment. We're gonna get this work done and try to make today a green day, even if I don't take a trade. But yeah, you guys be careful, be safe. Don't forget to hit the like button. The those rules are in the Discord. If I make any changes, I'll just update it. But yeah, you just look through them and see if they make sense to you. Or if you have your own strategy, you can just take them and kind of, if you're a shorter and you're looking for what are longs not wanting to do. Well, it's a good guide or rule book to that, or not rule book, but a good guide to that. I guess based on I've taken probably about 5,000 trades, and so it's just all off of the statistics of all of those trades. But anyway, that is it for today. Don't forget to what else am I forgetting? I don't know. I'm my mind's going because I got to get going. So anyway, that is it for me today. And as always, um, great chopping it up with you guys again today. I will be back on Friday trading. I don't know if I'm going to be able to trade FWB. I would like to be able to manage the position because I think it's going to be like a quick 10 cents, quick 20 cents, and I won't be able to really play that today. So it is down 12%. It's red on the day, but I think it can at least give a 10% retracement. But yeah, that's it for today. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.